Hi, good morning. It's Mike Lovett. I'm here in Cherry Hill filming the next edition of our Communications Corner. I'd love to introduce you to Stephanie Danenhower, who is the office manager and regional manager for us throughout the southern practices. Stephanie, good morning.
Good morning.
Glad you could make it.
Thank you.
And thank you for letting me invade the practice.
Absolutely.
Let's start with maybe you tell us a little bit, or tell everybody a little bit about the practice, what's been going on here, and how things are going.
Yep. So I came here in November. We are brand new to primary care. We have a nurse practitioner, Kate McNamara, who's doing wonderful, holding down the practice, seeing all of our patients that have stayed from when we were just internal med. We are rapidly growing. We have a great team of one MA and one front desk, but we've also had the addition of Dr. Rizvi, who will be joining us July 1st. So she will continue to round out our provider roster so that we are ultimately at 3 providers running full time.
So tell us a little something about yourself and your background before you came to Consensus.
Sure. So I started in healthcare when I was 16. I got a part-time job in a MRI facility at the front desk. I quickly had some great mentors in my life that allowed me to become a tech aide. So I started to learn about, patient positioning and getting patients ready. They let me sit in during scans and started teaching me anatomy and physiology and diagnosis that came about from those studies. It really piqued my interest, and I've been here ever since. Anything I could get my hands in to learn about, I do. I went to school. I started to go for nursing because I loved that side of it, but ultimately found that I was better on the administrative end, so here I am.
Great, right. So I'm a big believer in kind of work-life balance,
Yes.
right? So that was kind of career. So tell me about your hobbies, your
Outside of
activities.
here?
Yeah,
Sure.
I heard you were on a soccer field last night.
Not me personally, but my daughter was huge into softball. My entire family, we love being outdoors. If you can get me outside, I love any type of adventure. I'm spontaneous. We like hiking, camping. I ride on a motorcycle with my husband. If we can get outside and just experience, anything that comes our way, I'm your girl.
That's great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about here in this location, but you're also regional for us. Can
Yes.
you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So I work with Jamie Norris. She's our operations manager. I'm an extension of them that I go out to our different practices here in South Jersey and just more of the day-to-day support. So my role is to not only train the staff and managers and assist the providers, making sure that we're upholding current policies and that we're on top of the most up-to-date training so that we're giving the ultimate experience to our community, our patients, and the staff so that they have a great experience here.
Awesome. Excellent. So what's your biggest highlight so far?
Gosh, there's been many since November. It sounds crazy because it hasn't been that long, but my biggest highlight so far, I think, has been the opportunity to work with all these offices. I love seeing the different dynamics, learning from different doctors, seeing different staff and their perspective on how they do things. It only heightens my abilities to work and lead with them. So I'm really enjoying that.
Awesome. Well, great. I'm glad you are. So we talked about kind of what you do here, what you do regionally. Tell me a little bit about your approach to how you manage offices.
Sure. So when I walk into an office, I don't want to be looked at as the boss that's walking in the door. I want to lead with a team. So I very much have some core principles that I like to think about, which are adaptability, communication, compassion, and then honestly just good old-fashioned hard work. Communication is my number one. I always make sure my team knows that this is a team effort. I'm here for anything, for anyone at any time. And I truly believe that practices are successful and built when we come together and talk about what needs to be done, not just me dictating. So I always like to make sure that that's well known, and it's worked so far. I have a great team here at Cherry Hill, and I'm starting to learn the staff and providers at the other offices, and I hope I build that bond with them too. The other big thing I think is adaptability and change. When you work in healthcare, it's always changing, and if you're not able to roll with that, you're not going to succeed. So I like to lead by example and let my staff know that, when there is change, it might be scary, but we can do it, and that ultimately at the end, that's how we succeed.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. So I love that you started with communications, since
Yes.
we are filming a communications corner
Right.
video. So communications are key, I think, throughout everything.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
great. Thanks for highlighting that.
Yeah.
Is there something you're looking forward to, or a project you're looking forward to in the coming months?
Well, honestly, when I first started, I was solely the manager here at Cherry Hill.
Mhm.
So I'm a little bit more bonded here, and I really am excited to see where it's going to grow when we're fully staffed with our providers. We've been through a lot of changes, a lot of hiccups that everyone here has taken with stride, and they've really run with it. It's just up from here, and I can't wait to see the final end result.
Great, neither can I.
Yeah.
I think we're all here to support you in that.
Yes, that is great.
Good, good. All right, so give me your top career highlight so far.
Honestly, it was the opportunity to work here at Cherry Hill. When I did my interview, I was told about the goal, about going to the fully consensus model, what that meant, what it looked like beforehand, and the challenges it presented. And when I was offered the role, I was just really excited by the fact that my experience and what I could bring to the table was respected, and was a part of what they wanted to see for the change here. So that was really exciting, because I felt like everything that I've done over the last 15 years finally came together, and I could highlight my abilities.
Great. Okay. All right, we'll finish up with this then.
Okay.
So what is your favorite place that you've ever visited, and why?
Okay, that's an easy one. So when I just graduated high school, my grandparents took me to Italy. I was very fortunate. We spent 2 weeks there. And it was just amazing from every corner you turn, between the history, the scenery, and obviously the food. Just their lifestyle too. It's a lot more laid back, but yet they just seem so hustle and bustle and happy, but they also understand that work-life balance, it seemed like. It was just gorgeous. It holds a special place in my heart because my grandparents took me there. So it is my goal to get back there with my husband and kids.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Yep. I was briefly in Italy. Talk about being laid back. My best friend and I got thrown out of Rome.
Oh.
Story for another communications corner, by the way. So thank you for taking the time.
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
We're grateful that you're here. We're excited about what you're going to do here in South Jersey. So
Thank you.
I can't wait to check back in with you next year and see where we are.
I appreciate that.
All right,
I look
very
forward
good. Thanks,
to it.
Stephanie.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. We'll talk again soon.